One concept that you're going to need to understand for blogging and for SEO is keyword volume and keyword difficulty. So these are very simple things, and let's start with what keyword volume is. Keyword volume is just the amount of volume, the amount of searches that a keyword gets over a month period. So if you look up a word such as camera, maybe camera gets 1 million searches on Google every single month. So the volume of the word camera would be 1 million. Pretty simple. When it comes to volume, the more searches, the higher the volume, the more difficult that keyword tends to be because more people search it, and therefore more companies such as me and you see that people are searching for that word and write articles about that word. So that way they get all of the searches from that coming to their website. Now, the second thing that we need to talk about when it comes to keywords is keyword difficulty. So keyword difficulty is a non-official, it's not by Google, scale or formula to determine how difficult it would be for you to write an article about that keyword and rank number 1 on Google. Every different platform, such as SEMrush, which is a SEO tool, or Moz, or really any SEO tool, has their own way to determine how difficult it would be to rank highly for a keyword. Now, usually that scale is 0 to 100, 100 being you're never going to be able to rank for that unless you put a significant amount of money and time and effort and years into trying to beat that number 1 article, with a keyword difficulty of 0 being very, very, very easy. Most keywords you'll find are around 60 to 100 in terms of difficulty. There's not too many words out there that are very low difficulty because there's a lot of blog posts out there. Now, when it comes to keyword difficulty and keyword volume, an obvious question is, well, what volume should I write for? Or should I only write for keywords that are under a certain difficulty? Well, a few things to understand. One, at least when it comes to keyword difficulty, remember, keyword difficulty is just a estimation or an educated guess from a business that creates their own tool to decide what that number is. It really doesn't exist in real life. It can be a good guide for you, but it shouldn't determine necessarily whether you do or don't write for a specific keyword that you want to write for. Volume, deciding what volume to write your, not going over volumes of like 1,000 or going under volume of 100, there's strategy behind it, and there's a time and a place. So if you have a new young blog and you're brand new, you don't have any blog posts up, and you have 0 traffic coming to your website, you probably don't want to go after high difficulty keywords or keywords that have more than 1,000 searches a month because you're going to have a lot of competition. You might decide that when you first start your blog, you're only going to be doing keywords that have 10 or 20 searches a month, or maybe even 0 searches a month. Those keywords are going to be easier, more or less, to rank for because they're less valuable, right? If you're blogging and you're more established, you have 1, 2, 5,000 visitors a month, maybe then you only do keywords that have volume of 500 to 1,000. And if you have blogs that are like mine, Zerby, which is getting in the millions of visitors, maybe with me I only do keywords that are getting above 1,000 searches a month. So the amount of volume and the keyword difficulty can help shape, so long as you understand it, what articles and what keywords you go after. Now, when we get into the content strategy module, we'll get more into that and start coming up with strategies that tell us what keyword volume and keyword difficulty we're going to focus on. However, right now, when we're in the keyword research phase, it's something I want you to understand what it is, but we're not going to be judgmental. We're not going to be making any choices now when we're just doing keyword research. The best keyword research is research where you unattach yourself and any preconceived notions. You put every single keyword related to your topic and subtopics that you possibly can. Later in the future, then we'll start going through and culling it. But right now, I just want you to understand what these terms mean because you're going to be seeing them a lot, especially if you use paid tools like SEMrush, which we're going to cover in an upcoming video. Okay, that's it, guys. I'll see you in the next one.